Mrs. Museveni first opened the Westall branch at Kotido on Friday, 26th of April 1991, where she was accompanied by the Minister of State in the President's Office in charge of Karamoja Affairs, Mr. Anthony. The NRC Women's Representative Kotido District, Mrs. Eunice Nigeria, the District Administrator Kotido, Mr. Janet the National Executive Chairperson of Westall, Mrs. Diana Relent, other government officials, as well as some residents of the Kotido area. And before opening the branch, Mrs. Museveni first planted a tree, another symbol that signified her first time to visit Kotido. Also, the National Executive Chairperson of Westall, Mrs. Diana Lule, planted one. Planting those trees at Kotido coincided with the NRM government's tree planting campaign currently going on in the country that was launched in order to avoid the desert that is likely to invade most parts south of the Sahara. And the place where she planted the tree is the proposed site of the Kotido Westall Orphanage Home. And later, Mrs. Janet Museveni could not miss visiting Lusogoti village, a place which is about a kilometer out of Kotido town. And here, Mrs. Museveni was impressed by the Karamojong homesteads called Manyata in their local language. And Mrs. Museveni exchanged ideas with the Karamojong housewives. Karamoja region for years has been experiencing cattle rustling, and as a result, this problem contributes to the increasing number of orphans in that region. And the purpose of the branch launching drive was to strengthen the branches by making them gain recognition, so as to solicit support for Westall from all friends and well-wishers. The patron and founder member of the Uganda Women's Effort to Save the Orphans, Mrs. Janet Museveni, poses for a group photograph with some members of the Karamojong community at the Lusogoti village before she officially opened the Westall Kotido branch. The NRC Women's Representative Kotido, Mrs. Nanjiro, welcomed Mrs. Museveni in the area and assured her that the women of Kotido are committed to the objectives of Uweso, adding that with the support they are ready to fight backwardness and all elements that are a direct result of many orphans in Karamoja.
Unlike in the past, we have never received a visitor of such a kind to coming to our district to visit us. But then, however, you have made the first record in history, and you have gone in books today. Despite that, as we had already finished our tour, on behalf of the women group of Kotido, and on my own behalf, I would like to further extend our hand of gratitude to welcome you to Kotido district. I wish to sincerely acknowledge and appreciate your visit to Karamoja with immeasurable gratitude. In the past, Karamoja had been paid very little attention in the name of security. This time, I would like to assure you that you will enjoy your short visit here in Kotido. The purpose of your visit here has shown us once again that the NRM government commitment, and you in particular, have us at heart. The visit to Karamoja by you, as a First Lady, is very historic, and this goes to record books. I'll be very brave to let you know that you are the only ever First Lady to visit Karamoja. I'm quite sure that during your visit here, you will come to know and appreciate our problems in this part of the country. We very much appreciate that you are coming to officially open Uweso branch here today.
Mrs. Diana Rule, the National Executive Chairperson of Uweso, also addressed the gathering.
Today is a very important occasion in the history of Uweso, and for all the people of this area, when we inaugurate a branch like this, we normally know that at least our disadvantaged children have got a hope. The main objective of Uweso, as you all know, is to save the orphans. And this has been going on now for the last 5 years, since after the war in 1986, when the founder, Mrs. Janet Museveni, came back from exile. She came and talked to the few women who were present then in Kampala and encouraged us to start looking for ways and means of assisting the many orphans and destitute children of this country, which we the adults have created through our selfishness and through other means.
It is a real pleasure for me to be with you in Karamoja this afternoon. It is something I have wanted to do for a long time because it was important for me to learn for myself how things are in Karamoja. And I also want to say that I'm very grateful to hear from the minister that this part is now peaceful after a long time, which is very, very important. For you to be able to do anything, you have to have the peace in this part of our country. And you are the only people who can provide that. So I would like also to say to the women in particular, that since I understand that they do so much in Karamoja, they are therefore a powerful group, it is important that the women fight for peace first, and everything else will be provided as a result of that. You must know and understand that peace is very important. The problems you have in Karamoja are not so much different from the rest of Uganda. But the problem has been your problems can't be dealt with because there isn't peace in your part of the country. I must say that I understand the problem of water in Karamoja. It is basic that every family must have water, that you as a people need water for you and for your animals. But the government is prepared to do that, to make the water available to you if you can provide peace in your own part of the country. Water is important. Clean water is very important. But you must understand how all that can come about. That primarily you must have peace prevailing here. And then you can have more cattle if you have stable homes, if you have water, if you have more greener pastures in this part. But you can do that. It is possible. If you didn't have to move cattle from one place to another all the time, therefore making it impossible for them to live in peace, to have more calves and have and feed and grow fat, and you would have the cattle, you would have better lives, and you probably wouldn't need Uweso, because it's not a privilege to have Uweso, and I'll explain that later. The more you move these animals from one place to another, the more you take animal disease from one place to another, the more they die, the more you try to get more, the more you have your own people die in the process. So you have to learn to live in one place, learn to help the government and the people who come to work here to help you to get what you need where you live, so that you can have stable lives. The second important thing for you to know and fight for is education for your children. Your children must be educated to be able to change your way of life, to be able to make better your way of life. Your children, your own people must be educated. So it is important that you start putting a lot of emphasis on education for your children. I understand the Karamoja's problems because I myself come from a background that is very similar to the Karamoja, because I come from a cattle-keeping people, and they have very similar problems, except that the difference we have is that our people don't raid other people's cows as much as the Karamoja do, or not, at least not in these times. They probably used to do in the past, but no more. After they realized that it was important for them to live in peace with others, to be able to live peacefully themselves. So it was interesting for me when I went to see Manyata, where people live. It is similar to the way the people live in Nyabushozi, except that people have open gates now to their kraals, while you people have to crawl into your kraals, because they want to invite people to their homes and also go out of their homes with freedom. You must realize that it is necessary for you to crawl into your kraals to make it impossible for your enemies to come in. But you actually are enemies of your own selves, and you invite enemies because you are always forever fighting with other people. I would like, therefore, to invite some Karamoja women to come to Nyabushozi for a tour, to visit traditional Bahima homes, to see how similar their lives are, and maybe they may learn to adopt some things the people in Nyabushozi do, and I will provide you with transport, I promise that. Even if you won't be able to solve all the problems, whatever you can do will be a beginning. And I also want to end by promising that I will come again. Thank you so much for the love you have shown us, for the warmth, and for perseverance in the sun. We thank you so much.
At the end of her address, the patron and founder member of the Uganda efforts to save the orphans, Mrs. Janet Museveni, signifying the official opening of the Weso branch offices for Kotigo district.